The Opal Tower owners are launching a class action lawsuit against the New South Wales government. Let's have a look. Good evening everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. I've got my evening stein of coffee and I thought we'd talk about an article that just came out literally an hour ago about the Opal Tower owners launching a multi-million-dollar class action against the New South Wales state government. Now, I haven't read this. I thought, because I generally like to read it live, and so I can bugger it up, but you also get my honest responses. And I'm excited. I'm quite excited. This is going to be interesting because this will shake up, the outcome of this will shake up the construction industry. This is what we need to happen because of all the issues. Let's have a look. So owners of units in Sydney's Opal Tower are seeking millions of dollars in compensation from the state government in a class action lawsuit. Oh, and if you're not familiar with Opal Tower, it was evacuated Christmas Eve because of cracking in some of the precast panels in some of these apertures. I've done a whole series of videos looking at the tower from the initial evacuation all the way through to the architect bragging about it at the Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitats, if you'd like to see, and I'll put a link to that playlist above. So, in documents lodged with the New South Wales Supreme Court late on Friday, owners of the Western Sydney apartment tower are suing the Sydney Olympic Park Authority, SOPA, the owners of the land on which the Opal Tower sits. Now, my understanding is as well that the government, the New South Wales government, or the SOPA, actually owns some units in there or was involved in the development somehow. The Sydney Olympic Park Authority is a New South Wales state government-controlled entity, meaning residents are effectively suing the Berejiklian government, not the developer or the builder. The lawsuit claims a breach of warranty and that design and construction of the $170 million apartment complex, which was evacuated on Christmas Eve after residents spotted cracking in its foundations, was not designed or constructed with due care and skill. So what is going to happen here, and I will get the documents if I can that were submitted and have a look at them. If you've got access to them, guys, please send them to me. They're pulling in everyone. They're pulling in everyone. So it'll be all the entire consultant team, the architect, the engineers, the subbies, the builds. All of them will be called in. We'll have to fight this case. And this is one of the challenges of working on a project like this. You could be completely 100% in the right, but if your insurance company who's actually representing you says no, we're just settling, you still have to pay, which kind of sucks. It is claiming a breach of the Home Building Act in that the tower was not built in accordance with the plans and specifications. Opal Tower was not reasonably fit for occupation, the claim states. The owners, hundreds of whom who now have been in temporary accommodation for more than 7 months, guys, 7 months, are also claiming losses due to a drop in value of the apartments and a loss of rental value. And you can see here's one of the images of just the damage that was happening to the tower. And I mean, this kind of set it all off from Opal, and we just had more and more and more issues arise. So no exact monetary figure has yet been put on the suit, but the claim is expected to run into the multi-millions. Some owners paid up to $2.5 million for apartments in the building, and larger apartments demanded rents of more than $750 per week. That's a lot of coffees, that $750 a week. That's good coffee. Since the Christmas Eve evacuation, property insiders say the market has put a red mark on the building with almost no buying, selling, or new rentals of the 392 apartments in the tower. The lawsuit is being led by Opal Tower resident Terry Williamson, who is being represented by law firm Cause Chambers Westgarth. Mr. Williamson and the law firm both declined to comment. The exact number of residents involved in the lawsuit is not yet known. It is an open class action, meaning all owners are group members unless they opt out. There you go. This is going to be quite interesting, guys. The ABC understands the response from owners has been strong. The first step of the process kicked off last month, with documents lodged to the New South Wales Supreme Court by Cause Chambers Westgarth, seeking what is known as a preliminary discovery application to gain access to design and contracts relating to the design of Opal Tower. See, boys, that's why you need to keep your files. Keep all your files. Actually, this is an interesting thing here. They have a system where, it's called Aconex, another construction industry expense. It's used for an online, collaboration tool for different parties on large projects. And what they do is you got to pay to use it, even as an architect. And they want you to pay them at the end to get all of the information that you put in their back. But, if you just need to get it like this by court order, then don't pay. That's not legal or professional advice, just seems dodgy. I don't like paying for things I don't need to. eCove, the developer of Opal Tower, and Icon, the builder, are all aware of the impending lawsuit following the application. Though they are not the focus of the lawsuit, they could still be liable through cross-claims. Yes, exactly. I would be shocked if they're not. If it wasn't built to suit it, yeah. Rather than suing the building or developer, the ABC understands SOPA has been picked out because it was the original owner of the site, and under a revision of the Home Building Act in 2011, considered the developer as it owns 12 affordable housing apartments in Opal Towers. There we go. Yes, I remember reading about this in the past, in a previous thing, that this issue may come up. So, because the government owned the site, or SOPA owned the site, and has 12 units in there as part of their deal, 12 public housing units in there, or probably luxury apartments for civil servants. Now they're exposed to all this risk. Is that something we want? We want our state government, or even any of our governments, to take on. Why didn't they own the land and then buy them afterwards? I'm not sure. Maybe that still wouldn't have gotten around the requirements of the Act. But I'm sure this is in place to protect people. There's also a guarantee it will have the money to pay the compensation if the class action suit was successful, whereas the developer and builder could be forced into administration. SOPA said it would not comment as the matter was before the courts. The class action is also predicted to have wide-range flow-on effects and could act as a precedent for residents in Mascot Towers and insert the name of every other apartment we've been looking at in this channel, Mascot Towers, which was evacuated last month, and any other apartment block suffering endemic structural problems sweeping the industry. According to eCove, 117 apartments out of 169 are still vacant in April in Opal Towers have now been reoccupied. Another 40 apartments will be ready next week, leaving 12 still unoccupied. So this is going to be a very interesting precedent to see what it sets, particularly for those 12 public housing. Should the government be responsible for it, or should it be the builder? I don't know. The lawyers are going for the biggest cash cow. They'll go with a big stick to hit the piñata and get the best results, and financially the best outcome they can for their client, which is what you'd expect. It's what you would expect and what you would want from your lawyers. I mean, come on, you're paying them enough, aren't you? So guys, let me know about this. I thought I would share it with you because, frankly, it's quite interesting. I think it will set a precedent in the construction industry. I think we're going to see more and more of this. I mean, let's have a look here at the key points. Opal Tower was evacuated on Christmas Eve after residents heard a loud cracking noise. The class action lawsuit claims a breach of warranty and that the design and construction of the tower lacked due care and skill. The New South Wales government owns about 40 apartments in Opal Towers. I thought they only owned 12, but I guess they own 40. Well, there you go. It's a fair bit, isn't it? Guys, thank you for joining me for this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comments below. Let me know what you think about all of this. And, tune in next time. Take care. Wait. Take care now. I need to swipe out.